Welcome to the first episode of Black Excellence 757, where we shine spotlight on powerful contributions of local Black business owners. Right here in Hampton Roads, we're all about celebrating success, sharing stories, and giving our community the recognition it deserves. I'm your host, Daryl, aka BCray, and today I have the honor of interviewing the owner of Luxury Affairs 757, Mrs. Brinkley. Hello and welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Hello to you too.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me. This is so amazing. I love what you're doing.
Thank you so much. You are my first person on the show, so thank you for taking the time out your day to come sit with me and have a conversation with me.
You're welcome.
So tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
I'm Tanita Brinkley. I am the owner of Luxury Affairs Event Center. I do have other partners, and they help me a great deal. So this is not a one-man show. I am also an accountant. I am the owner of Tanita Brinkley Enterprises, where I perform accounting services for small businesses and nonprofit organizations. And I've been doing that for almost 17 years.
Oh, wow.
July 17th of 2010 is the anniversary of when I fired my boss. So 2010 is when I did that. So July 17th, I celebrate 16 years.
Oh, wow.
Of firing my boss.
Wow.
Yes, so I've been self-employed for that amount of time. Okay. And even before that, dating back to being in college, I've been doing accounting. That made me also want to do something else. So I'm also the founder of the Secure the Bag Conference.
Oh, so talk to me a little bit about that. I've never heard that before.
That is my annual event that I do for small business owners to bring them together so that they can learn, connect, and grow.
Okay.
Being an accountant, I get to see so many amazing business owners in the 757, and I thought to myself, what amazing thing it would be to have everybody come together. You know, put everybody in one room so we can network. There's a lot of networking events happening out here, but when you network through Tanita Brinkley, you get connected to the bosses of the bosses.
Okay, okay. Okay,
Yes.
I would love to attend one of those.
That is awesome. I would love to have you.
Oh, thank you
And
so
one
much.
more. So I am also the founder of the Norfolk Takeover Cruise.
Okay.
Norfolk Takeover Cruise is something brand new, literally just launched on my birthday about, a couple days ago.
Well, happy birthday to you.
Thank you. April 15th, I'm a tax
21
baby.
looks good on you.
Thank you. Yes, my makeup artist keeps me lovely. Listen, so April 15th is my birthday, and that's tax day. So you can already know how stressed out I was, trying to live my best life and give people their answers on their taxes.
The
and
last
give them
minute tax people.
The last minute tax people.
I am one of them.
You know.
I am one of them.
So that's me all balled up in one. I'm a mother of two,
Okay.
Destiny and little James.
Aw.
And, I'm a friend, a lover, and and a hugger.
I like that. I like that. I like that. Well, my first question for you is, what inspired you to open up Luxury Affairs?
As I was saying, as an accountant, right, I saw the need for classes, workshops, and more educational things being done in my field so that we can, uplift the community of business owners. That's why I love so much what you're doing, because I have the same heart, just in a different outlet or whatever.
Exactly.
So, yeah,
Exactly.
so we still do the same thing.
Thank you.
I saw the need to educate more. So I started to have events, right? So I would book a space here, book a space there, and then, have the hotel, and the bill would be so high, and now I'm trying to figure out how to sell tickets and push to get sponsors and all types of stuff like that. And it had me pulling on my network so much, and it just frustrated me, right? So I sat back and said, okay, you know what? I want to open up my own event space. And I have friends who owned event spaces already, and it was cool, but I needed my own.
Exactly.
You got to have your own.
Exactly.
So I started looking. And every time I think about a new business, I start seeing different vacancies and stuff. So I'm the type that hop out. So I'm going to drive around, and then that space vacant? Oh, come on, you pull up, come on. So we go and look in the window, take down the phone number of the realty company that's saying that it's for lease and all that type of stuff. And then, I would find out the different rates. Norfolk had fairly good rates, Sometimes you could probably find a property about $10 a square foot or something like that. When I came to Portsmouth, it was a little more elevated, but the space opportunities were bigger. So I, shot my shot and did some negotiating, and then I got to a reasonable deal on this building, and I thought it was perfect because it fit the need that I wanted to fulfill. There's ample parking outside.
That's a
Then
big thing.
the landlord let me do what I need to do. They let me put my Nita B feng shui on the building.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I love it here. This might work. So that's why I started the space, to have a home for my events and to have a space for the community to build memories.
Did you always see yourself as a business owner?
I think I did. Yes, I'm gonna say yes, and people will be like, "Well, how you know?" The reason I know that I always saw myself as a business owner because I remember being in high school, right? I was talking to my guidance counselor and finding out, if I'm good in math, what do I do? So I was given all this advice, you could be a mathematician or you could be an accountant, and I'm like, accountant? Okay, that sounds good. And then I got this homegirl who wanted to always be a lawyer. So we would be talking like, yeah, I'm the accountant, you the lawyer, we're gonna have a firm together. Like they were like, yeah, you Johnny Cochran, and you know what I'm saying, you this one and I'm that one. We just had fun with that for a while until, she went to school in North Carolina, I stayed in New York. But the aspiration stayed, so I still pursued my degree in accounting. And then the first opportunity I got was when I moved out to Virginia. I'm from New York, by the way.
Okay.
So, from New York, when I moved to Virginia, I got an opportunity to work at a church. Not work at a church, but help them because they needed to refinance their mortgage. Okay. And they were like, well, we need an accountant and we don't know what to do. This is last minute. And I'm like, That was my first rodeo as a self-employed. Because, when you go to the office and work for somebody, they give you a list of jobs to do, right? This was my first time figuring it out for somebody. I was like, oh, not only did it work out, they refinanced their mortgage and saved the church. So that gave me the confidence to really just go help everybody that I could. That was 16 years ago.
Okay, so working in the church really put you out there so people can see who you was and what kind of effect you can have when it comes to your accounting.
Yes, it did.
Oh man, so what made you come to Virginia? Like, what was that thing to be like, I want to move to Virginia?
For real? All right, so I'm gonna keep it 100 for you. I'm gonna give you the real tea. I ain't gonna hold back and try to fluff it up on Chat GPT. I moved out here to Virginia. First, I wanted to get a change of life, of course.
Okay.
I really was preparing myself for a big move. I wanted to get up out of New York, but I didn't know where my settling place would be, so I was searching my heart, so to speak, right? And then I fell in love with a boy or whatever, made some moves. Yeah, so it was a little love story. It didn't last, but it's what brought me out here. So, yep, that's what it was. So I moved out here and got married. And so I moved here in Virginia 2006, got married in 2009, and that was what started me in entrepreneurship because that's when the next year I quit my job, July 17, 2010. Okay. Remember in that date stamp? Yep. Okay. So I quit my job a year later, and that's really what kind of started my entrepreneurial journey.
Let's talk about some revenue streams since you about your money, you're about this money and whatnot. So with Luxury Affairs, what is your main revenue stream?
Okay, that's a good question because it had to grow to being a main thing. So I would say the main revenue stream in Luxury Affairs is our walk-in, walk-out package. And that's something that I manage with my partner, Curtis Worsley. Okay. So together, he and I sat down and we built up a package. We were like, listen, we had to do something. We got to get this space popping. We need to talk like we got to get it popping over here. We need to make sure these business owners are getting help because the event planners coming in and leaving with our money. That kind of talk. So we were frustrated behind the scenes like, we're going to do something about this.
Makes y'all different from everybody else, yeah.
And you know what? The Bible is real. So like write it down, write the plan and make it plain. So we sat down and we came up with a plan. We were like, listen, we want people to be able to walk in here and see it decorated and then just walk out stress-free, and we'll do the heavy lifting. So we created the package. We set the price. We set the big price. We set the medium price and the small price. And we prayed over all them prices. And lo and behold, the big price was the first one that we sold. So that put the confidence out there to say, okay, you know what? We're not going to shortchange ourselves because the Rolls Royce is the one that sold first.
Exactly.
So why not push the Rolls Royce?
Exactly.
So we just kept on going with it, and I'm thankful for that because it showed us, okay, how to fulfill a need, how to sit back, study your business, and see what your clients are saying, and then figure out a way to fulfill a need within that business.
Okay. So what has been your most profitable event so far?
Event?
Yeah.
Events are profitable? Tell me what event is profitable. Maybe when I get with Beyonce or whatever, we selling out arenas.
I'm trying to get with her too.
For real. Or the nonprofit ones that get the sponsors. Okay. But the event that's most profitable, I I would say, the walk-in, walk-out package
Okay.
or whatever. So that would be, ideally, that would be either, a birthday person who's maybe turning 40 or 50, so they're in a milestone age of their life, and they want it, because they want to make it special. So that would be our top seller.
Okay. How have social media played a big role? Because I seen your social media presence, and I want to tell you.
You see my presence?
It is amazing. I was
Thank you.
just talking about it as I walked
For
up
real?
here. Social media is a presence. I mean, whoever does it does a good job at it.
Thank
and I
you.
think you do it yourself, don't you?
Yep, I do.
It's amazing. It's
Thank you.
amazing. Every time I see
Like,
it,
you want to see this up
there?
there?
It is amazing. So what kind of effect have social media made? Let's do negative and positive.
Okay,
effects.
let's do save the best for last. So
Exactly.
the negative, I say, anxiety, like fear of missing out. It's part of marketing. Like, it's a real thing. People create fear of missing out with their posts, and it really works. So you log up there and you're like, oh my gosh, I missed that event. I missed that.
Yeah.
Or I need to go there. Or I need to go to that concert. And it is like, oh my gosh, no, you need to just log off.
Yeah.
And focus on what's right in front of you. Feed them kids. Do that work. Go take a bath and go to bed. The negatives is that it does create some sort of anxiety. It creates a lot of ease of access. Okay. So when I'm trying to be on personal time, R&R, relaxation, or woosah, because taxes, that's taxing.
Don't get me started with
So
taxes.
if I'm trying to have my personal space, and then if somebody see that green bubble on my she's like,
alive.
Oh, she's alive, she's awake, she's
Yeah.
reachable, and it's like, no, I'm not trying to be reachable at the moment. I'm just scrolling and checking on y'all. So it does creates a tidbit of anxiety, but it's not so bad if you know how to keep it in moderation.
Okay. So with social media, do you think that drum up majority of your clientele?
Yeah, so that's the positive. that's the positive side. Yes and yes. Let me tell you. So your girl is. I'm hoping to get paid on TikTok and Facebook.
Look, I'm right there with you. I'm trying to be paid.
For real. I need a check.
But need my money.
Yeah, social media does help.
Yeah.
It really
Okay.
does. When I'm consistent with posting, I see the result of it.
Okay.
And then when I need to take a break and I take a step back, I see the result of that too.
Okay.
Yep. So it definitely, I feel like it's a 10 for 10, 10 out of 10. I would highly recommend promoting your business on social media.
How do you balance motherhood and a business? Because you got your hands in a lot of stuff.
Yes.
How do you find that balance between being a mother and running all these businesses?
That's a great question too. Man, I think when I accepted myself as an octopus, when I said, I was like, listen, I just have to I'm not a human. I'm not that. I'm an octopus. And I think I just start honing in on what it takes to be that. Because I don't know. I can't answer that question. But what I can say is that my kids, I talk to them. I'm transparent with them about things happening in my life. They know what I'm doing right now. They know what their mom is up to, and they know I'm an entrepreneur. So when they're here, they're helpful. They want to help me clean up. Whenever they see me at the computer, they're just trying to figure out ways to be helpful because they know that, mom is her own boss, and if she doesn't do it, then no one else will.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So I see that with you having this business, partnerships are important too.
Yes. Oh, yes.
What would you say about partnerships, and what have been your experience with some great partnerships and some not so good partnerships? You don't got to get no names out there.
For real, because I was about to. No, I would never. I'm joking. Yes. So, some good partnerships. I had some great partnerships. I still have some. Like, a great partnership will really take you to another level. I'm talking about in the moments where you know your greatness, or like you know that you have it in you, but sometimes it's a pull. Some days you're up, some days you're down. You know how that goes, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Having those people in your corner, though, those cheerleaders that don't care about how you feel today. Like, girl, if you don't get your butt up and come on, let's go. Man, I thrive off of that. So, like, that's when I'm in my happy place, when I'm around people who push me, who understand, like, this is a marathon. Right. We might get a little weary or whatever, but we give each other water. We help each other.
We might slow down.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. But and we encourage each other through our partnerships. So I connect with, a lot of successful, amazing people in the 757 through, working together hand in hand on an event, or if they coming aboard my events and as a sponsor, or just volunteers. People show up in numbers just wanting to volunteer to help when I do community events and, financial events and stuff like that. the list goes on. It's countless. The support has been amazing, and I need that. I thrive off that. I welcome it, and I'm appreciative of it.
Okay. Have you had any experience with bad partnerships?
Yeah, I have, unfortunately.
Goodness.
Yeah. And you know, okay, so I'll tell you this. What I learned from the bad partnership is that we can't be doing business with our hearts out here. Don't be entering into situations that cost your time, your money, your energy. It's taxing you, but it ain't paying you. And even if it's paying you a little dollar, if it's not in writing, it means nothing.
That's some good advice right there.
Yes.
That is some good advice.
Yes.
That is the most important thing right there.
Yes.
Because if it ain't in writing, it don't mean nothing.
Nothing.
You can't hold up in
Yep.
nobody's court.
Yep.
No word. She said this or she
Yep.
said that. It does not
and
help.
it just doesn't matter. Like you sacrificed a lot. Now, things that you've invested into these partnerships would be considered if you ever had to go into litigation. Hope not. I hope you don't got to go there. But at the end of the day, it's like, man, I just took it to the chin and just said, you know what, I'm going to do better next time. And I'm not going to let it interrupt my happiness. I'm just going to keep it moving.
What does the next 5 years look like for you? What should we look
Crazy.
for? What should we look for in the next 5 years?
A tsunami, tidal wave.
Should we see a luxury fairs #2 somewhere else? A bigger venue?
That has been in the talk. That has been in the talk. And I would say that's because when you figure out a system, when you figure out something that works, you can duplicate it, right? So that's the main hurdle that I've seen business owners face, right? Not properly setting up the systems to operate the business and then not properly anticipating the overhead. So once you got your budget under control, you got your marketing under control, and you have a system that captures all your leads and reaches out to people and closes it from lead to sale to invoice paid to money in my pocket, then if you know how to do that, then you can duplicate that business.
Okay.
So luxury affairs will be duplicated. Okay.
And I can't wait. And I cannot wait to see it.
And I'm pivoting. So luxury affairs and the whole event scene has just made me feel like I'm just the ultimate event person now, right? Because just mastering business, I feel like I can run any business. That's just how I feel about myself because I bet on me.
I think once you learn that foundation piece,
yes,
then you can build off anything off.
You
that
really
foundation
could.
piece.
For real. That's the honest truth. So. I'm not a travel agent or nothing, but I'm gonna be doing parties on boats, okay? So
look, I'm gonna be right there. Look, I'm gonna be right there with me. Look, BCray Productions gonna be sitting right there with you. Like, you need some production work? We got you. Let's go.
Yes,
we got you.
please.
Let's go.
Let's write up the contract.
I'm already started right already. Look, start writing the contract.
That part, come on. Exactly. He talked to his assistant.
Look, put my people to work. Put my people to work.
In the background.
So, what advice would you give a new business owner, and then what advice would you give someone who's on the fence about starting a business?
So, the one that's on the fence, right? I'll tell them to search their soul, search themselves before jumping out there. If they're starting the business to fulfill a need, I think that's a great thing. Okay. If they're starting the business to fulfill a personal desire, I think that's a great thing too. So those are two things that would have you leading with passion, right? But if you're starting a business because you keep it up with a trend, I don't think that's a good idea because those trends fade. And if you don't have passion for that business, then the passion fades. And you stuck with a bill or a debt, maybe a tax bill, or you just out of money, or you got inventory just that you can't sell, or whatever the case may be. You just sitting on a situation that you should have never even started. But for the business owner who has started their business, hopefully they started it from a passionate place, right? I would suggest that person really tune into the why, right? Because we get lost in that. I tell you, it happened to me about 3-4 times. And then once I reel it back in and be like, I'm dope all by myself. I don't need to be trying to chase after this, that, and the third.
You can do it all by yourself.
And then you get refreshed and be like, oh, snap, let me just go ahead and do things. I'm going to push myself to do things. So scheduling the podcast interview, scheduling the photo shoot, or sitting down with somebody that can help you work on your website. I would say just set up a system. That I'm going to go back to that because that's important. And I could give you a perfect example. Okay, so let's say well, you do like a men's boutique. Let's say you got the you sell the finest of the boutique, right? Yeah. So when you set that up, right? Before you even go and get the building, you'll be at home on your laptop, signing up for Shopify, learning how to do all of the different things when it comes to building a brand. You know, you would build your whole website out even before it's published to the world. Mm-hmm. You would have it perfectly set. You would test it yourself as if you're the customer. Make sure the customer experience is flawless. What we call it, the victory standard.
Easy.
Make sure that the first person that walks through the door of your business will have a flawless experience that you expect them to have. Okay. See, along my way, a lot of people would say, you know what, just do it. And I like that too, because I'm that person. I'm a jump. Yeah, I don't know how to swim. I don't know how to swim, but I'm gonna jump in that pool. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Mm-hmm. You know, so you jump in that pool, you didn't have all the right tools. If you had just taken 5 minutes to think about it, what do I need before I jump in this pool? You'll be good. So it's preparation. You know what I'm saying? Prepare before you jump into it. Research, learn what all needs to be done before you jump in that water. Yes, when you jump in the water, you'll have people to come and save you so that you don't drown or whatever. But who wants to do that? You want to swim like
swim on your own. Yeah.
Come on now, you want to be Michael Phelps when you jump in that joint, right? Because we're doing this for a reason. We're not just jumping out there. We really want to set ourselves up for success. So I know that was a long-winded answer, but just systems, preparation, and moving with passion.
That's good, because I believe if you have a system and you have a plan, that's probably the best starting point right there. Not having a plan is like you're planning to fail.
Yeah.
And the military taught me that so many times. I didn't really understand it at the time, but now I truly understand it. So for the last thing, right, what else would you like to highlight, and what other advice would you like to give?
It's a good question.
Love the good questions.
I say this, believe in yourself. I want people to wholeheartedly just believe in who they are, right? As unique as it may be, right? Whatever your desires are, someone else shares that same desire. You just have to find those people, right? So that's like finding your target audience or your niche. You know, we using fancy words these days, you know, that niche. Find your niche.
Yeah.
And you'll know if the people that you're around, if they're in your niche or not, because you'll feel it. If it feels like friction, if it feels like drama, this ain't my audience.
I agree.
How they do? For real. Yep.
Oh, man. First off, thank you for just taking the time to sit down with me and talk about what success looks like. Yeah. Because I think you are what success is supposed to look like.
Thank you. I appreciate that, really.
You just your words, your story is motivating to me, and it will be motivating to the people that's going to watch this too.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So thank you for taking the time. Thank you for that. And thank you for being the first guest on our show.
Oh, that's a thing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
I need a badge or something.
Run it back. We're going to run it back again. We're going to run it back again. Believe me, I'm going to come see you again. Okay. When Luxury Affairs #2 comes out, I'll be right there.
Come on, you might need to be on the Norfolk Takeover cruise. We might have to talk about that, get some footage on there.
That's what I like to see. But people, thank you for watching. Once again, thank you, Ms. Brinkley, for taking the time to sit down and have this talk with us. And I will see you on the next one, people.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye.